Welcome to Humming Punks with me, Ian Hurst.
And me, Jimmy Watkins.
Each week we're going to be reviewing a different album as selected by our guest with just 3 words. It's a bit of a challenge, it's going to be tough, it's going to be fun, it's going to be random, and there might be the odd swear word.
Yeah, so if there are any children listening, make sure they already know the swear word in advance.
Good advice. Take care, sit back, relax and enjoy. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to another edition of Humming Punks on the road.
On the road.
On the road. We're pointing out right now that our sound might not be as crystal clear as it normally is. We're normally using our lovely Shure microphones.
Yeah.
But this week we're not, are we, Jimmy?
We're just talking straight into a phone today.
Straight into a phone. We won't tell you what make, because we're on the road. On the road again. What's that from? Do you know?
Apocalypse Now.
I think it's a little Sobo.
Oh, right, yeah.
We're on the road. Tell everyone where we are, Jimmy.
We are currently sat on very comfortable deck chairs on the site of Boardmasters in Cornwall.
Yes, indeed we are. So we had a couple of weeks off.
Yes.
About a month, I think, in fact.
I think, yeah. Why is that? What happened? We just had loads of time off.
We just took a month off.
Yeah.
I think it came down to keeping people wanting more.
That's what it was.
Keeping people wanting more.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Oh, there's a lady coming doing some press photography. Do you think she'll come and take a photo of us doing?
If she can Photoshop out my bags, then she can take a photo.
So we left. I think it's about 4 weeks. So we're back now. Season 2.
Come on, then, yeah. Let's call it season 2. Season 2.
If we do season 2, though, it means we've got to do one next week.
I got the ball rolling now.
Right, season 2. Yeah. Welcome to season 2 of Humming Punks.
Yeah.
So we're sat here. What are we looking?
Budget.
Let's paint the picture for listeners. We're sat on our deck chairs.
Yeah.
To our left,
yes,
is the amazing girls from.
You can't. Let me have a look. I can have a look.
Tell me what they're called.
Roving Reporter.
Roving Reporter in the street.
They're called Groove and Gold.
Groove and Gold. Now listen, you need to go, if you're on the old Instagram, you need to go to festival.gg. Festival.gg.
Yeah.
So next to us is some what can only be described as, what are they? Tunics. I don't know tunics are a word.
They are. It is a tunic because it's got the shape of a tunic.
Right.
But they are the most beautiful tunics I've ever seen. And I've wore one. I put one of those on and I felt powerful.
They're glittery.
Yeah. Sequined.
I've forgotten already the lady's name who runs it. She told me this morning. She lives in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I've forgotten your name again. We're just telling about your Festival GG on our podcast. What's the name? Your name?
Groove and Gold.
Groove and Gold. And your name is?
Elle.
I keep forgetting Elle's name. I've forgotten them all. So we're telling about your beautiful coats here, and we've told them to come and follow you.
Yeah.
So you having a good time?
We're having a great time. Yeah, it's been a hoot. Everybody's so lovely. The vibes are good. Nobody's been to a festival in 2 years.
That's crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah,
crazy, Jimmy.
That is crazy.
We've got the best neighbours ever. So anyone who's following this, you want to go and follow on Instagram, festival.gg.
That's the one.
Festival.gg.
And let's start a crowdfund for me to get a new tunic, please.
And so have you posted any pictures of the ones you've done?
I will do when I get home.
I've heard that they're doing a sponsorship deal. They're going to give you one. It's on a podcast now, so it's got to happen. So we've got that to our left, which are fantastic. We're sat in the We Are Hummingbird tent. General public. It was the first night last night. It's a young crowd here, isn't it?
Very young. They still got.
Have you ever felt older?
Yeah, I felt older because I've watched my wife give birth to babies. I felt older then. That's the only time I felt older than I do now. That's the only time.
I think it's quite a young crowd here, but that's good. Everyone's here to have a good time, and when better to start learning about their mental health than when they're young. So, as always, whilst we're not a mental health based podcast, we do look to talk about the 5 ways of well-being.
Yes.
Can you remember what they are after season 1, Jimmy?
I can, yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Paying attention.
Take notice.
Take notice.
Take notice.
Sharing.
Connecting,
yeah.
Yep.
That's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's 3 left.
Be active.
Be active, that's where I come in.
That's another good
Hello.
one. We've got the guest to the third now. We're just recording something, but we've got on to the right of us, we've got the most amazing team selling Vintage clothing.
I've already bought a vintage tracksuit.
You've already bought one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are you changing the subject so you haven't got to come up with the other
I can't
one?
remember the other three now.
Okay.
I can't remember. No. I spent 2 nights in the field. My brain is not where it usually is.
Take notice. Communicate.
Yeah.
Be active.
That's 3. Give good reviews.
Give good reviews, yes. Give good reviews. And there's one more that I can't think about right now. Why can't I even think about it? Anyway, we've been in the field for too long. So, as always, before we do a bit of a live podcast tonight, we've been doing, on the drive down here, we did a video. So by the time this has gone out, everyone would have been able to watch the live video that we did. You've probably seen me trying a fisherman's friend for the first time. Don't give it away. All right, okay. This has been a weekend of first for you, hasn't it, Jimmy? Yeah. We've had mints. We've learned about Cornish pasties. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. We've learned about... What else do we... I've learned about how to pump up an airbed. How to pump up an airbed. Is it still going down every night? I was on the floor last night. Oh, jeez. I was rolling around on the floor. It's brand new. I'm going to take that back. And we learned, or we didn't learn, but we asked the question, why have lorries gone tall and thin? We don't know. I still don't know. I have no idea. They used to be short and squat. I can't even remember them. They were short. They were short and squat, and now they're tall and thin. Like, imagine the old Asda trucks. Yeah. They're short and squat. I can't remember. They're square shape. Maybe the world's getting smaller. They're square shape, but if you look at them now, they're the rectangle. It's a very clear rectangle. And I mean from the back, looking at it from the back. Oh, I'll tell you what else has happened, Jimmy. It was my birthday yesterday. Yes! It was your birthday. I woke up... alone. Now, for the listeners, this is... for the 3 listeners, this is... I woke up yesterday for my 39th birthday. Yeah. In a field. Yeah. Surrounded by... men. At that point there was just the men volunteers. Yeah. How many minutes did it take before someone wished me happy birthday? You had to tell me. No, your wife had to tell me. He wasn't even here. You told me first. You said it's my birthday today, you know. Oh no, happy birthday. And then I checked my phone, I had a message on there saying don't forget to say happy birthday to Ian. Your wife sent that and she wasn't even with me. I mean it can't be proved. She wasn't there. But yeah, when in an environment where it's just men, people don't say happy birthday. No. Gets forgotten about. It's strange. I also noticed today that so we're staying in the staff camping. That's why Jesus rose from the dead, because all his disciples were male, and he was dead, and he realised, hang on, no one said happy birthday to me, so he came back. He came back. You compare me to Jesus? Yeah. Because what I did is I came out, no one said happy birthday, so I went to the loo, and then I came back. Yeah. Like, made a big entrance all over again. Yeah, you did. Smelling of hand sanitizer. Have you noticed there's an accident on the left? You alright? Yep, they're good. Okay. I've noticed this morning in the staff camping that it's starting to look more and more like a squatter's heaven where we're camping. It is. There's a lot of vans there now. A lot of vans. When we got there, it was just tents, so now there's vans. Woke up, suddenly there's a lot of vans. You know what it reminds me of? You know what's going on, don't you? Mad Max. Glastonbury's come to get me. That's what it is. That's what it is. They've come to get you. They listened to the last podcast and they've come. We'll follow him. And we'll park our massive van next to his tent. Oh man, so we can chug on our exhaust pipe in his slip. So yeah, we've got what can only be described as Mercedes Vito heaven all around us. Someone pretty much had sex on top of my teepee last night. Yeah, tell me more about that, because I didn't stay at the campsite last night. We got back after we were on the site until about 11, and we went back to the campsite. Not what next door just told me. They told me you clocked off early last night. Oh, I know, but we clocked off early, but we hung around. Okay. And then there was a tent touching my tent. I was like, fair enough, you know. Was it like Sweet Caroline? Touching me? Yeah, it was. It was actually touching my tent. So I went to bed, and then about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was woken up with the sound of someone having sex, and it was causing my teepee to ripple. Was they really having sex? I think so. But it was weird because someone just kept shouting, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Shut up! Yeah, honestly. Wow. Yeah, I know. No one can prove where I was last night.
You weren't on site. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't you.
It was me. So as we look forward, let's also describe. So we spoke about our neighbours to the left.
Yeah.
We spoke about our neighbours to the right.
Yeah.
In front of us is morning. Hello.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Tired?
Yeah.
Up partying all night.
Well, not really.
She was coming out now. She was partying. She was partying.
Party last night?
No, I was in bed by 10. See, that's our neighbours. We're recording a podcast. Do you want to say hello to the listeners? Say hello.
Hello.
So, to the front of us, we've got a massive bungee.
Yeah.
You going on that?
Nah.
How much would it cost for you to go on that?
What
Not paid to go on it.
How much you have to give me?
Yeah.
I'd say.
Before you say it, so it's one of those ones that's in between two posts.
It looks
and
terrifying.
You sit in the middle and they basically rocket you into the sky. They've got them on Ibiza seafront. Ibiza seafront, and all reputable fairgrounds will have one, and non-reputable. How much?
I'd do it for £1,000. I wouldn't do anything under £1,000 to go on there.
Yeah, I think I'm probably about the same.
I'd be
£1,000.
But I'd want like
I feel sick just looking.
I'd want to see the money first as well, because
yeah, you wouldn't want to take the money first, though, because it'd come out of your pocket.
I wouldn't want to go on that.
Think of how many of them tunics you could buy for £1,000.
I could buy 10,
9 probably, 8 or 9.
9 tunics.
8 or 9 tunics.
Beautiful.
I love this song that's playing.
Look, all these kids come in now. You can see them all.
So yeah, that's what. And then so in front of us is the big top. We've got a pizza van. We've got a duck wraps.
Yeah.
A donut van where I got my coffee from this morning from Dave at the donut van.
Yeah.
Didn't even make that up. He is Dave.
He is Dave.
The donut
Dave
van.
Donuts.
And then right in front of us, what we're looking at is what can only be described as a sea of teenagers, all apprehensive about their GCSE results. Yeah, so we got on the bus yesterday and we were joined by a young lad sat in the middle of us. We were on the back row.
With really long arms. He seemed to have his arm around all of us.
He was really limmy.
Yeah, very limmy. Extra limbs on him.
Yeah, and he literally did. He put his arm around me. Never has a 39-year-old man felt more intimidated by a kid.
I know, yeah. I was really intimidated by him.
So we sat down and he obviously said, we had a balloon, as you do for birthdays. He said, is it someone's birthday? Yeah, it is. And then we got onto the topic of how old he was. Now, I didn't think this was possible. I didn't think you were old enough to leave the house if you were born in this year. I thought you were still like under parental supervision. He was born in 2004.
What?
2004.
Oh my word.
That for me is
that was breakfast. 2004 was breakfast.
2004.
That's how close he is.
And then what we found is that he was with his mates who didn't look much older. I mean, they weren't much older. Oh no, I think we can talk about this. So we said about him being underage because they couldn't drink.
Yeah.
And so we said, have you not got any booze? And he said, well, our mate's got the booze.
Yeah.
So we said, right, who's the mate? And we looked at the mate, and basically for you guys at home, the only way to describe his mate was McLovin.
Right, yeah.
Hello, media. We're filming a podcast. You want to say hello? Hello. the media on the media. So he looked like McLovin from, what was the film? Superbad.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Where he goes in and buys the fake. He uses the fake ID.
I know the scene. Yeah.
Is it McLovin?
Yeah, it is McLovin.
With his Malibu driver, and this lad, he actually looked a bit like McLovin, and he was obviously the one clearly in charge of buying all the booze. And he said, "Oh, it's my brother's ID." He brought his brother's ID in.
No, did he?
Yeah, he brought his brother's ID in, and instantly I was nostalgic for the days gone by when I used to go on fake IDs. Did you ever have a fake ID?
No.
You never had a fake ID?
No.
How come?
Never. Because I'm Welsh. I'm Welsh. Everyone's real. No, I didn't, because I didn't start drinking till I was 18.
So
anyway,
all your mates?
I never really went out boozing.
Or would you never really?
I never at all.
Never?
Never once.
So you never had to fake ID?
No.
So you never had like an NUS card with a fake?
No.
I feel for you.
No, I didn't drink. I think I probably had, I don't know, maybe I had like a couple of beers in the house with my mum and dad, but I never went out. Like, I would never have done something like this.
Really?
Never. No chance.
I would not have done anything like this.
No chance.
But I remember, I remember being at college, or maybe even school. I mean, I don't know how young I was. And so we used to have NUS cards then.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, so they were little plastic.
Yeah.
And before they were made, they came like most cards do. So it had the laminated bit that folds over the front.
Yeah.
And somehow I remember having a wad of these, whether someone of my mates had got hold of them or what. So it was like printing money.
Yeah.
So you just said to your mates, give me a passport photo.
And they made you one. They made you a fake NUS
Well,
card.
I remember being in possession of these ones. Maybe I was the dealer. Maybe I was the man making it. I can't remember. So you'd then say, well, how old do you want to be? Pick an age. And you'd put the photo on, but you'd always then have to do a date that you could semi-remember.
Right, yeah.
Like if your birthday, like mine, was the 11th of August, remember that for next year, everyone, you'd say 11th of August, but you'd tick over the years.
Yeah, right, yeah. So it'd be your actual birthday, but just a different year.
Because then bouncers clocked onto this, there was fake stuff. So they'd always say to people, they're like, right, what's your date of birth? And people had learned to remember the date of birth, and then they'd go, what's your star sign?
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
That's how they'd get you. They'd go, what's your star sign? So if you lied, they'd get you on the star sign. There. I thought Jimmy was going to say something.
I was just like, that's mad. That's blown me away a bit.
Well, that's what I used to do.
Why weren't you allowed in? Because I couldn't remember my star sign.
Yeah, but it was. So that's what I used to do 20 years ago. So I can only imagine that it is.
That's the equivalent to not remembering your password for online stuff now.
Yeah,
not knowing your password.
But you just look at your phone now and it does it for you, doesn't it?
Mine doesn't, no.
Does it not?
No, I'm just used to... I think everybody's finding out how rubbish I am. Well, my phone hasn't worked since I've been here.
Yeah, it's your phone. Everyone else has had literally 5G.
Yeah, I've had nothing. I've been getting a bit of staff Wi-Fi now and again, but yeah, nothing. And then I went for a run with Jay, who was working with us, and I said, oh, if I had some money with me now, I'd buy an ice cream. And he was like, you got your phone. You can pay with your phone. And then that's the first I've heard of that I can pay. So I was like, what, do I phone my bank and tell them? Do I phone my bank and say, just so you know, I'm about to buy an ice cream. Do you want to speak to the shopkeeper? Just to give him your word that there's money in my bank account. He's like, no, you just tap your phone. Oh, well, do you know what I mean?
What watch have you got? Oh, your watch don't pay. You go and pay for your watch.
No, I can't. Yeah, he took a phone call on his watch.
Oh, no, yeah, I was just going to say.
He was like Dick Tracy. He was running around like Dick Tracy, talking into his phone, and I was searching my short pockets for £1 coin so I could buy an ice cream. But yesterday, remember when we were walking yesterday, and I said to a guy, that looks like a nice ice cream.
Yes!
And he gave it to me.
What lovely people.
Gave me his ice cream.
I'd taken you all for lunch. We'd all gone to have lunch. Oh, there was a bit saucy though where we went to eat, wasn't it? The names of the food.
Yeah, they give one of the dishes quite a tricky name to say.
Called it a big chicken.
Yeah. And then I, as we were walking out, I thought I really fancied an ice cream. I saw a guy eating an ice cream. I said, that looks lovely. He's like, you can have one. And he gave it to me.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Unbelievable. We
see it now, because that story about the wall, when I told you what listeners will know about the wall, this is the kind of stuff that happens to me. I say to someone, I compliment someone on their food, and they give it to me.
So I've noticed, having been now spending like a period of time with you, I've noticed that you attract
chaos.
Yeah, you do, and I think it's because what you do. What I've come to understand is you introduce the chaos, and what you're like a key. So you're the key like of chaos,
like an enzyme.
Yeah, so you're the key of chaos. You're the key of chaos, and you introduce, or you say hello to people, and when you do that, what you do is you slip your key into their lock and you release their chaos.
That sounds a bit weird.
Well, but it's true. That's what I've witnessed.
It happened in the pub on the first night.
Oh, in the pub on the first night, yeah. Oh, that was awkward. So we were in the pub, and we'd left the pub, and as we were leaving, we'd made our peace that we were going. We were out the door. We'd left the seating area, and to go past the seating area, you've got to go down a little slip bit to go onto the road. Yeah. And as we did that, someone hollered. Yeah. Are you Welsh?
Yeah. Are you? Oh my God, you Welsh?
And that was it. Then we were in the danger zone.
We were best mates then.
You were best mates, but what happened is we were then embroiled in a conversation where they were instantly higher than us because they were standing in the seating area.
Yeah.
We were on the slip road going out, but it's that awkward slip road going out because we're half in, half out.
Yeah. We were like, do we go back in now?
Do we go back in?
Now we've made some friends. Do we go back in? So
yeah. But how long do we stand here on this slip road?
Quite a while.
We were there for quite a while.
I had to pretend to fall over to break the ice so we could leave. I fell.
You did.
I did a deliberate fall, and then as everyone was like distracted, we fled.
You do deliberate fall a few times. Actually.
I do.
It's a common thing for you, that deliberate fall.
I do the deliberate fall, and I deliberately walk into walls.
It's one of the things.
It's a great icebreaker.
It's something. In a van. You walked into a van.
I walked into a van.
That's for a different reason. That's because he was being a little bit of a plonker.
I think he pretended to run me over because I was walking on the road. So then he stopped the traffic light, so I just walked straight into the back of his van. I'll teach him.
I think I can understand that the lovely folk of Cornwall are starting to get frustrated that, you know, there's idiots.
Yes. Thousands of people like walking on the road.
They're thinking, you don't come and see us in December, so why are you suddenly flocking here? Well, I'm sure they depend on our tourism, you know. So this morning I went and spent some time on Newquay Beach.
Oh, nice.
I went for a walk. I watched some of the kids surf. Oh God, kids are so young.
Yeah,
like
kids are so young. Kids are so young.
The surfers were turning up.
Yeah,
and they were turning up, and they were on their. They looked tiny, and they had their surfboards with them. They're going out for a day of surfing. Blew my mind.
One day you're surfing in the bath, the next minute you're in the ocean.
Big ocean, scary ocean down
there. It's Atlantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's the Atlantic Ocean.
That's crazy. I ought never associate the Atlantic with this country for some reason. It's always an American thing for me, you know?
But it really is. It's here. It's here, and it's here to stay.
Loads of people having photos in front of that thing, right in front of us.
Yeah, I know. It's, I think it says Boardmasters on there.
Ah, right.
So everyone around us is setting up. We should probably think about setting up. We haven't got a lot to set up. But the man next to us putting his sunglasses out.
I might need a pair of them to hide my bags.
I might do. We might. Have you got bags? Yeah. So listen, why don't we keep it short and sweet today?
Yeah, let's keep it short and sweet.
Let's do 20 minutes. It's the intro
of season 2.
Season 2. So when we come back next week, because we've not done our music review, we haven't done the 3 words, we've just chatted for a little bit. There's loads of good content coming through. Remember to go and follow all the great people that we said.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you next week for
a proper episode. Proper episode. Peace out, everyone. Say goodbye, Jimmy.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
You lucky people have been listening to the PUNKS podcast, produced by myself, Carl, and sponsored by Shure.